the heavy-handedness of government dictating suddenly how you're to live your life. In fact, stopping you from living your life. And the barrage of the narrative, of the single narrative, that didn't ring right. It didn't ring right. And as time went on, it became apparent that there was something going on, that we were being herded, sort of pushed as a herd. It began quite early. For example, New York was portrayed, so many thousands dying and the hospitals being overwhelmed. And yet there were some people who went in with their cameras, with their videos, and showed empty hospitals in New York. There were some hospitals that were indeed overcrowded, but that's because everyone was being sent to just a certain number of hospitals. So that's a big lie. And so I realized that panic was being fomented. Panic was being fomented so that people would lose confidence in their ability to discern things. And so the best way is listen to government, what they say, public health officials, the experts. And that's, of course, exactly what they were told day and night by every media outlet. When they came up with the experimental vaccines and immediately began to restrict people who weren't going to line up, who weren't going to show that they were vaccinated, couldn't travel. And when they, shut schools and on and on, it became very, very apparent. That's when I started to see, wait a minute. Because, of course, I was active by then and I was aware of alternative sources of information. And it didn't pan out. What they were telling us officially didn't pan out with what people on the ground, witnesses, were saying. And that became more and more apparent each day. It became apparent that you cannot trust what officials are telling you. They have a different agenda than you think. Those who are responsible for the pandemic have used two of the weapons that the Nazis used, which was fear and propaganda.